Gunpla, Bandai's line of robot model kits of the awesome mecha of the multiple Gundam universes. But with so many different kits on offer, how do you know which one to buy? They're not all created equally. We've got the big and the small, the cheap and the expensive, the good, the bad and the ugly, as well as the downright weird. So which ones should you buy? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Welcome to Mecha Gaikotsu's Top 10 Gundam Kits of 2017. Scraping in at number 10 is the Gunpla Mafia's high-grade Jim from Gundam Build Fighters Jim's Counterattack. One of the only two high-grade kits that made this list, this is the high-grade Jim redefined. Coming in at a standard high-grade price of around $14 and based on 2015's Leopard Da Vinci, this kit sums up everything that a high-grade should be at its core. It's simple but does everything right. The articulation is great and the finished build is solid. To say this thing is addicted to pose is an understatement. As for the accessories, this is the basic Federation loadout, which is a beam saber, shield, and the standard GM beam spray gun. Also in the box is 3 different heads. This kit right here should be the benchmark for all high grades, and an absolutely perfect base for custom kits. Beginner or veteran builder, this kit has something for everyone. Next up from Season 2 of Iron-Blooded Orphans is the Full Mechanics Gundam Barbatos Lupus Rex, both bigger and better than its high-grade version, which didn't make this list at all. If you don't know what a Full Mechanics kit is, well, it's like a bigger high-grade with a little more detail and has a full inner frame like most IBO kits. With the armor on, this looks both regal and ferocious, just like the Lupus Rex should. In the box you get a basic set of accessories, plus an action base with a red bottom box, 2 pairs of hands, the mace, and a wire for attaching the tail blade. The articulation is good, not great, with relatively limited range of motion at the elbows and the knees. This kit just isn't as good as the awesome Full Mechanics Barbatos Lupus from last year, with the bendy mace and joints too weak to support it. But all in all, it's still a pretty great kit. Trying to fill the massive shoes left behind by 2016's Master Grade Freedom Gundam 2.0 is the Master Grade Providence Gundam from Gundam Seed. Big and threatening, this kit has a lot of presence and extremely nice surface detailing. At times it does feel a little heavy for the inner frame that's supporting it, but once it's up on the action base and fully equipped, that's where it really shines. Especially once you got all those clear effect parts attached. This right here is one hell of a display piece. The pricier premium box comes with a lot, including the premium decals and a limited edition Zaft base. Both versions have hands with swappable fingers, the epic Judicium beam rifle, composite armed shield system, 5 dragoons and effect parts, as well as a huge beam effect. Considering its bulkiness, this kit has very impressive articulation. The build is a little weak in places, but no real loose parts anywhere. If you want a big, sinister looking master grade, then this is the one for you. Based on 2015's Gundam Astray Red Frame, the real grade Gundam Astray Gold Frame Amatsu Mina is an awesome beast of a kit. If you have a taste for dark and unique Gundams, then this might be the one for you. A mix of metallic gold, red, purple, and epic gloss black. What this kit lacks in size, it makes up for in attitude. It is, however, an asymmetrical kit with 2 different arms, so whether this is a good point or a bad point comes down to personal taste. In the box we get a whole bunch of accessories, including the Trikero Sky Shield, Tsukuba no Tachi Claw, Totsuka no Tsurugi Sabers, Okitsu no Kagami with effect parts, wires, and the Magashira no Hoku Harpoons. It is an absolutely fantastic kit, but I will mention that building the head on this involves some finger mangle level small parts. So just a bit of a warning, not necessarily an easy entry point for beginners. Coming in at number 6 and the second seed Master Grade on the list is the Master Grade Justice Gundam. Sharing pretty much the same inner frame as the Freedom 2.0 and the Providence, I would say this kit fits in right between the two. Better than the Providence, but not quite on the same level as the Freedom. This here is a great Master Grade kit. The pink and white really stand out, and if you're an Atheron Xyla fan, then this here is the kit you should have in your collection. The articulation is fantastic and the build is solid. Accessories wise, this kit won't leave you wanting, with the 2 beam sabers, a great looking shield, beam boomerangs with impressive beam effects, and the Lacerta beam rifle. This kit right here also features swappable fingerstyle hands. The Master Grade Justice Gundam does everything right, and even though it didn't make the top 5, personally, this is one I highly recommend that you get. It was a total shame how little screen time Gundam Vidar got, but for better or worse, it's out with the Vidar and in with the Kimaris Vidar. I loved you.
If you love me, let me go.
But that is exactly what I love about Gundam kits. They can make you appreciate a mecha's design and instantly turned my opinion of this Gundam a complete 180. And I have to say, in my opinion, the high-grade Kimaris Vidar was to me the #1 HG of this year. Looking like it should be piloted by Poseidon himself, although the color accuracy could be a little bit better, the mix of colors as well as the matte, almost soft finish on the legs, combined with the detail and almost nautical vibe, makes this a beautiful, unique kit. The accessories are basic but fun, including a sword, knee drill bit, and a kick-ass lance with 2 Dane's Leaf launchers which connect into the shields on the backpack, which is sheer awesome. The articulation is just as good as you would expect with an Iron-Blooded Orphan's high grade. If you haven't ever tried an IBO high grade yet, then you owe it to yourself to get one, and the HG Kimaris Vidar is a great place to start. At number 4, and honestly the kit I enjoyed the most this year, is the Master Grade Gym Sniper 2. Sure, compared to some of the flashier kits you've seen further back the list, you might be thinking this looks a little on the plain side. And yes, it is also based on what is now a 10-year-old kit. But this right here is the heart of Master Grade. Stripped back to basics and getting all those basics oh so right. This is a small and relatively cheap kit and doesn't have a whole lot of accessories. Just finger swap style hands, a shield which can store the spare ammo clips, 2 standard beam sabers, submachine gun, and the cool sniper rifle. But what makes this kit really special is the articulation and the build strength, which are both a solid 10 out of 10. It feels so good. It looks perfect and natural in every pose and not a single loose part or fiddly bit to spoil your fun. If you want to get started with Master Grade or are sick of big hulking kits which fall to pieces every time you breathe near them, then this is the kit you need in your life. Finally moving into the top 3, and I have to say when I heard this kit was coming out, all I saw was transformable and it was a Verka, which usually translates as the Gunpla equivalent of building a house of cards. But no, this thing is phenomenal, and the fact that this is a #1 shows that this really was a great year for Gunpla. It looks impressive in that old school red, white and blue, and we even get some nice painted silver parts that give it that extra oomph. A beautiful kit to say the least. And like I said, it is transformable, so it features a full transformation to G-Fortress mode. As for the accessories, once again this kit features hands with swappable fingers, the awesome double beam rifle, and 2 absolutely huge beam sabers. Even though it is a Verka kit and has a transformation, the articulation on this kit is beyond impressive, and features a great locking mechanism in the knees which keeps this thing rock solid. The transformation is simple, and as well as the G-Fortress mode I mentioned earlier, it can also separate into the core top and the core base. So what can I say? By a head and shoulders, the Double Zeta is the best Master Grade of 2017. But now let's check out the top 2. Just missing the top spot, and number 2 is the jaw-droppingly impressive Real Grade Unicorn Gundam. Honestly, I thought this was as good as it was going to get this year. Without a doubt, the best small-scale model Bandai has ever released. Somehow they managed to squeeze the full transformation from Unicorn mode to Destroy mode into a model small enough to fit in your hand, and it looks fantastic to boot. A solid set of accessories including transforming shield, 2 beam sabers, well 4 handles and 2 beams, the beam magnum, and the bazooka. This kit manages to do something both the Master Grade and the Perfect Grade couldn't. And that is full 10 out of 10 epic articulation, which is doubly impressive at this size. This kit is a real grade, so that does mean it is small and has a lot of tiny finicky parts, so the transformation is a little bit on the difficult side. On top of that, this is a delicate kit, so again might be a bit on the difficult side for beginners. But seriously, this is a whole lot of awesome in a tiny package. Coming in the number 1 spot, and without a doubt the best, most impressive and most enjoyable model kit I have ever built, is the Perfect Grade Gundam Exia Lighting Mode. Obviously this kit's biggest down point is the price of admission. It comes in at a whopping $280, which is nuts. And deep down I wonder if the price is justified. But the one thing that is undeniable is that this is the craziest kit Bandai has ever released and packs in every little trick they had in their mecha designing arsenal. An LED lighting system that rivals the life-size Unicorn in Odaiba, a fantastic level of detail and color separation, absolutely impressive articulation for a kit this big, and this thing even adds new details and hatches not in the original design. In the box we get a great set of accessories including a base, swappable posed hands as well as those classic posable Perfect Grade hands, 4 beam sabers and saber handles, Setsuna himself, GN blades, GN shield with nice clear green parts, and the transformable GN sword, which is the official coolest Gundam weapon ever. All in all, this is everything. This right here is the god of Gunpla, and if you can get it, get it. So that is it for the top 10 best Gundam model kits of 2017. If you're new to the hobby, hundreds of kits deep, or just looking to get that Gundam-loving special someone a gift, then you won't and can't go wrong with any of these on the list. If you don't agree with me, make sure to drop your top 10 down there in the comments for everyone to see, and as always, make sure to come back in 2018 for more Gunpla reviews. And of course, I'll see you next time. Might be a little bit difficult for beginners. But seriously, this is a whole lot of fucking hell! What?
I need my charger.
You could say something at least instead of just hanging there.
I peeked in.
Then that's fine. Yeah, then they're not smelly. The bend at the elbow, and to get more out of that, you just have to pull. Oh, fuck.
He's not even a Gundam supporter. He killed my wife.
You feel like a sun top now. This part can go in and extend. So that right there. The bend there at the knee, and we've got not just one joint, but for fuck's sake.
Then I get the angry, and then I want the potato.
Moving down to the legs then, and we flip out this section here like, not like that. Oh, sorry. So there is a quick look at it all put together, and to be honest, it does look pretty cool. As for the head, you do have to kind of parts form, get pure Irish. We also have this clear effect part which can attach into there, just on the bottom section. Fuck. You're welcome. And in order to get to this, we have this little piece here that joints, but they can, oh, for fuck's sake!